warm welcome to the Quest Means Business Casino, where we will spin the wheel of fortune. Eldorado Resorts is buying Caesar Entertainment to make the biggest gaming company in the world. Now, the deal is in cash and stock. Thank you. That's number one, $17.3 billion deal. It includes Caesar's mountain of debt, which is $9 billion of that. And Eldorado, pull the lever, will buy Caesar's for $12.75 a share. It will create a giant with 60 casinos across 16 states. Caesar's stock was up 14%. Eldorado's slumped 13%. Paul LaMonica joins me now. Paul, we need to understand, in this environment of these numbers, Caesar's was up, Eldorado's is down. What's the underlying dynamic here?
Yeah, Eldorado buying Caesars, which is the much more well-known name, and that's why Richard Caesar's name will survive if this merger does wind up, getting approved. And I think what's really interesting here is that it has the backing of Carl Icahn, who stands to be among the biggest winners in this deal. He recently got 3 of his affiliates onto Caesar's board. He was pushing for a deal. Parts of Caesar's did go bankrupt a couple of years ago. It has emerged now. But what I'm really fascinated by is, as you pointed out, this is going to be a gaming colossus in the U.S., but it doesn't have the exposure to some international markets, particularly Macau, that rivals like Las Vegas Sands and Wynn Resorts and MGM has. So I'm very curious to see whether or not Caesars is going to try and go after that market next, since that really seems to be where a lot of the opportunities are for the gaming business right now.
Right, but Macau particularly, of course, is very much one of those places. But Caesars has a cachet, doesn't it? It has a name. It has the boxing. I remember the first time, just as I was a student, I could barely afford my way through the front door, but I went to Caesars.
Yeah, I think Caesars does have that cachet. When you go to Las Vegas, you go to Caesar's Palace, even though a lot of the newer casinos are more glitzy now, I think there is something to be said that this is one of the well-known, preeminent names in Las Vegas. You think of all the great boxing matches that have been held there, so there is that cachet. I think, though, that the gaming business is increasingly global, and there are a lot of affluent Asian gamblers going to Macau. This is a market that I think Caesars has to get in at some point.